I know, but just for
Right.
clarity.
So I'm Kristin Wynne, running for Tacoma City Council, position 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, we're just trying to get to know the candidates today.
Right.
And I've been asking residents here, what kind of questions do you want us to ask candidates who are hoping to serve you? And a lot of the topics have been coming up around different areas. So the first question they asked is, what are the candidates going to do about crime in Tacoma?
Right. So, absolutely, I love this city. It's a great city. We're facing a lot of challenges, and crime is absolutely the number one issue. I'm hearing that as well. I'm out knocking on doors, over 5,000 doors, and absolutely, people are they're fed up, they're afraid, and they do want some change. So, with regard to crime, my focus will be enforcement, accountability, and treatment. In order to enforce our laws, we need a police force that is staffed at a size that is the right size for a city of 220,000 people. Right now, we only have around 330 officers. We are just woefully understaffed. At our high point, Tacoma had around 401 officers. We need to be moving back in that direction. I will be a long-term, consistent voice for restaffing our police department. In addition, we need to be enforcing our laws. We need to make sure people understand that they are going to be held accountable. So the best way to deter crime is for everyone to believe that there will be swift and certain prosecution. That can't happen if we don't have the right number of officers on the force. I also believe in the therapeutic courts. We need to be investing in the therapeutic courts. They are a proven method to help, for the right person where there's an underlying substance use issue. They can be referred to court-ordered drug treatment. That's how we get to root causes. So we need to be both enforcing our laws and funding treatment.
Another question they asked was around homelessness. What are your efforts to address homelessness in Tacoma?
Right. So, obviously, we're experiencing an unacceptable level of homelessness. Just as a community member, since 2018 to the present, I've been a really active person and huge supporter, and helped found the first 24/7 shelter for kids. So we've got hundreds of 13 to 17-year-olds living on the street in Tacoma. So I helped set up the Coffee Oasis here in Tacoma. So that is a place where kids can come in, they get safe place to stay 24/7, so it's not just overnight. They get job training, they get reconnected with services and that kind of thing. So I think that's a wonderful model. And so our situation right now is we have too many people living on the streets. Those are incredibly dangerous places to be and very unsanitary. So I will absolutely, I'm a supporter of our current camping ordinance. I want to see that actually expanded so that we include schools. We got to keep our kids safe from the problems that emanate from the unsanctioned encampments. And what we need to be doing is driving people into our managed shelters. The city offers many managed shelters, but unfortunately the sad reality is a lot of people say no right now. So we've got to do everything we can to focus on getting people off the street and into the shelter.
Another question residents asked was around small businesses.
Right.
They said that they have been seeing a number of small businesses struggling, closing down as well. So what are your efforts to really help the local economy, including for small businesses?
Right. So I actually am a small business owner. I've owned a business here for 12 years, and I understand firsthand the issues that a lot of small businesses face. To me, the thing I hear about when I talk to businesses is crime. And so many people in the business community do not feel heard by the city government right now. The reality is our police department is so woefully understaffed that when people call in property crime, there's not going to be a response. The police department, and there's little to any hope that any of the property crime that people are suffering is going to be addressed in any meaningful way in Tacoma right now. And that it's frightening to, so employers are trying to keep their customers and their employees safe, and they don't have a feeling right now that Tacoma is going to help them in that regard. So absolutely, when I get, that's why public safety and working on it is going to be my top priority. And both for the average citizen and for people who are running businesses here.
Another question residents ask, it's a national issue, but unemployment. They say that people are losing jobs, struggling to find jobs, or jobs aren't paying enough to keep up with the high inflation as well. What are your efforts around addressing unemployment?
So I think in Tacoma, we need to focus a lot of energy on workforce development. There are a fair number of jobs. The disconnect is between the people not having the right skill set to get the jobs that are available. And so what we need to do is focus in on workforce development. One of the things that I am really want to work on when elected to City Council is our kids, and making sure that business, industry, and the trades are really partnering with our schools so that there is, that every youth in Tacoma understands there's an attainable path to a successful future through mentorships, internships, apprenticeships with unions. And the particularly labor jobs can be fabulous family wage jobs and don't require a college degree. So not every kid is going to be able, college isn't attainable for every kid. But let's make sure that we're getting business, industry, and the trades working with the public schools so kids are aware of a variety of paths forward.
The last question that residents talked about, it's connected to crime, but more specifically, these are parents concerned about their children's safety.
Right.
They've been talking about youth violence,
right,
or violence on campus, near campus as
right.
well.
Yeah.
What are your efforts around this?
Okay, so when on City Council, absolutely our kids there are too many kids on the wrong path, and that's really why I'm focusing in on this idea of helping them connect with attainable paths forward. So all the way from elementary school up through high school, let's make sure kids are that we have a consistent group of businesses willing to go into the public schools and talk on career day, and so kids are aware of opportunities, and then all the way through high school, making sure they're connected with actual job experiences, work skill development, that kind of thing. The violent crime in Tacoma, there are too many kids on the wrong path. I just believe we need to focus on showing kids some hope so that they have something to work towards.
And the last question, you've been so kind with your time. Is there anything else you would like to talk about that the residents here in Tacoma did have a chance to ask you?
Sure. So I think one of the big questions is why you? Why should you be on City Council? And I believe I bring the right combination of skills to help the city find some common sense solutions and make the sometimes difficult choices that we're going to need to make in order to address our challenges. So as I've said, I'm a small business owner. I've owned a business here for 12 years. Before that, I practiced law for 15 years. And I'm a dedicated community volunteer helping address things like youth homelessness and public safety. I was the president of the Tacoma Business Council, and I've been endorsed by the police union because they worked with me for the last 2 years, and they know I am the kind of person who can bring everybody together, and we're going to work towards solutions. So I think I am the right person at this time.
Anything else?
That's it.